Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the performance of the physical Kid Goku Youth at 55% in the Hidden Potential system against Cell Max. Now, as always, full disclaimer, the Cell Max event is an event that is best taken on with units that have high levels of evasion, or have high levels of damage reduction, or have a guard, or sometimes a combination of all three, or at least two of these mechanics. The Cell Max event hits tremendously hard and is very, very difficult. So don't evaluate units solely based off of how they do in this event, especially at 55%, or without gear, or without link leveling, because all of these are needed for a unit to excel against Cell Max, especially if they don't have the superheroes category boost. Now, Goku is a unit that is very strong and very versatile, but the thing that makes Goku so strong is that he combines very good after super raw defense with very strong damage reduction. Goku is a unit that gains attack and defense per orb, so the amount of orbs that he gets is going to be very, very, very crucial to how good his defense is. Not only that, but if he gets 3 orbs, he gives himself a defensive boost as well, which is very, very strong. You can see here his defense has climbed quite considerably, which is very, very good. And then he also has damage reduction per rainbow orb that he obtains. So if he obtains 1 rainbow orb, he gains 7% damage reduction. On average, you should get around 3 or 2 rainbow orbs, because Goku is a rainbow orb changer, so he does support himself to a certain extent. And yeah, you should be able to get 2 or 3 rainbow orbs per run, which generally speaking is pretty decent. It's around 14 to 21% damage reduction. It's not huge, but that combined with his really strong after super defense generally means he's safe from most units' normals. Now, he'll still get quite handed by certain units and their super attacks, I should say. So don't be surprised if you see Goku take a lot of damage with the super. Dupes are very impactful for Goku, as they are for every other unit, but whenever a unit has damage reduction or gains stats per orb, the more base stats that unit has, the more exponential the growth of each of those stats is. If you think about how damage reduction works, every defensive point is increased in its value because intrinsically it raises the level at which point Goku can handle certain levels of damage reduction. And the same thing when it comes to just general like team building and functionality. Speaking of team building and functionality, Goku's team is probably where things get a little bit strange for Cell Max. So we are running Goku or double Gokus, like we're running him as a team lead, but Goku is actually, for all intents and purposes, better as a floater on other teams for the Cell Max event. He's not quite tanky enough, even at Rainbow, even with a lot of orbs. He's not quite tanky enough to run the risk of him getting supered. But him running on pretty much any other team as like a floater or a second slot unit, he can do a great job. And his damage is pretty good as well. So Goku isn't necessarily a first slot unit. His kit is great, it's super versatile. He brings a lot to the table, so I don't want to say don't run him, but I definitely think he's more a second slot, third slot unit, even though you might be tempted with like the 400k defense, the increase of defense on super, and the like damage reduction to run him as a pseudo first slot tank. Goku will never survive a super attack head on. So for me personally, I would not necessarily run him in this capacity. I would rather just focus on him being a floater being a pseudo support damage dealer, just a lot that he can do, which I think is good. Like, it's good to have him just be this really dominant, really impressive unit that can just, throw down with the biggest. That's basically what it amounts to. Goku can just do some really good damage, and he will be relatively tanky, especially after Super. Should be able to handle normals from Cell, even at 55%. So, should be a solid maneuver to look at bringing Goku on your team. Again, the big issue is not getting him the orbs he needs or trying to run him first slot, but generally speaking, if you get his key spheres and he can fire a super attack, he will be fine defensively. So I would say, between you and me, I would say that he is a very good unit. Well, pretty much all content. Cell Max included, but Red Zone as well. But especially, the Cell Max event, I think he is fine. I just don't think you want to run him on a team where you're relying on him to be your number one tank. I just think it's always super risky, especially when the unit's not terribly weak, but isn't like a defensive juggernaut. I think it can cause problems. But other than that, I think Goku honestly is really good. And like I say, he's good for a lot of content, but he is good for Cell Max. I just think trying to run him as a pseudo tank is maybe not the play. Never does feel like the correct play, just because it can cause problems. Goku's not a super tanky unit. He doesn't soak damage like you can't believe. He needs to super. If he can super, then he does pretty well. Still don't know if at 55% he'd tank a Cell Max, and it could rely a little bit on the amount of orbs that you get as well. So here we are at the tech phase, which is pretty good. This is a good rotation for us as well. I think we're getting quite a lot of support here from the Grandpa Gohan and the Yamcha. We're gonna get three or four Rainbow Orbs as well, which is good. We've got 4 links active, including all of the family. We've got 28% damage reduction. We've got 300k defense. And that's a pretty good situation. Now, Goku's also going to super as well, so we're going to see how high his defense can get, basically. I think Cell Max hits for around 1.8 or 2 million or so. So it's going to be interesting to see how Goku tanks, basically. And this is a super attack. This is pretty much the best situation. We only had 7% more damage reduction to get. And he took 1 million, which honestly isn't that bad. 1 million's not bad at all. It sounds like a lot. But means Goku was at roughly, I think, 650k defense with his damage reduction active, which is pretty good. Here in this scenario, we obviously just got back. We've got 3 orbs this time, but this time we're going to be able to see Goku tank a normal. 133 before super, honestly not bad. After super, that'll be single digits, which is really good. So, I think, honestly, I think Goku's really good. My shame is his team. His team is not built for Cell Max. It's not built for Cell Max at all. It's not going to handle Cell Max. It's not got the tools for Cell Max. So he's going to have to be run on the other team. Maybe Goku's family. Maybe movie heroes. Who knows? But he needs to be run on some of those teams, so that obviously he can, really shine. But that's going to be it for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Bye.